Good morning. It's the Call Flow Radio Show, and you're on the air.
Yes, it is the Call Flow Radio Show for Tuesday, August 13th. I'm present and accounted for, as well as Noah Massarge,
yes,
I believe.
Yes. Hey,
John
has muted my mic. It's okay.
What was that? I'm sorry.
John?
No, you're here.
It's dangerous.
You're actually louder than I am.
It's dangerous having you behind the soundboard.
Yes, indeed it is.
It really is. Who knows what kind of wacky sound effects you may play? Some Trump, wacky sound effects, or...
We shouldn't call people names. If I learned anything from the Biden administration, that's what I've learned. All right, so now, 8:07 is our time.
What's our phone number?
Can you see it?
No.
Okay, 434-394-0924. You need to get some glasses.
I do. I need to get some good old eye contact.
Those Ray Charles sunglasses you got.
That's right. Yeah.
But anyway.
How you doing, John? How's your day going?
So far, so good.
Nice. How
you going to throw a big blanket on it? Or
I saw you yesterday.
Where at?
Here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Somewhere other than that? No. Yeah, I'm usually here.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
That's where I usually see you at.
Interesting how that works.
And, yeah. Well, when you both work at the same locale,
it kind of works out like that.
Yeah, we bump into each other occasionally.
Yeah. Occasionally, not all the time.
Haven't bumped into you yet over at the other place that you may.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not dropping any.
Okay.
I'm not dropping any info.
Okay.
There's another place.
Yep.
Somewhere.
All right.
He's afraid I'm going to say it.
No, I'm not. It's already been. Chris already spilled the beans
then
on
why
that
are you getting all?
I'm not getting weird, John.
Upset.
Look at me. Look at me. Do I look upset to you?
He's steady as a rock, folks.
Steady as a rock. That's right. Calm as a
cucumber.
Yeah, that's right.
Or cool as a cucumber, right?
Cool as a cucumber.
Speaking of that, let's take our first caller of the day. Yes.
Okay.
Let's see what kind of produce we have here. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, there was an item this morning on the local news regarding Longwood University and the change of the way they handle local or other donations.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any more information on that?
That had to have been our local news segment, and whatever he had said was the only information we've got, to my knowledge, as of right now. We can do some digging on that and maybe come up with something else, but as of right now, that's all we have.
Is that something that would have been a press release that Jared Cerullo had?
Jared usually gets his information from local outlets here, whether that be the Herald or what other information might be online that anyone can.
I've also seen him walking around the streets with like a little notepad, like investigating. I've
never seen Jared Cerullo.
So.
But I know he keeps tabs on what's in the Herald and things like that, and what's on the internet as far as local information.
Okay, I'll check with the Herald then.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that kind of call.
Yeah.
I guess we could play the local news again so we can hear what he said.
Henry, well, I mean, maybe after, yeah. I don't know.
Unless you got something better to do.
Well, no, I mean, I was going to say, I've seen Jared Cerullo around here before.
You have?
Yes.
You know the man.
I know what he looks like now.
You do?
Yeah.
Now, how do you know that?
Because, John, he had a big shirt on that said,
I mean, how do you know what he looks like?
Because he had a big shirt on that said, I am Jared Cerullo.
Ah.
And I recognized the name from the little broadcast that he does here, so.
Okay, well, you got one on me on that one. Good morning, you're on the air.
Hello, good morning, fellas.
Morning,
Henry. How you doing?
We're doing fine.
Good.
Hope you all are well.
Yeah, we're doing as good as can be expected.
Oh, okay. Well, there was one guy who did well, but he was a little afraid of it. He was going to take a plane trip, but he's a little nervous. So we went to the airport a day before, and he thought he'd talk to their airline ticket guy. And he asked a guy, he says, what are the odds, if I fly on that plane tomorrow, what are the odds that someone will have a bomb? And the ticket agent said probably 1 in a million. And he says, well, what are the odds that 2 people on that plane will have a bomb? And the guy said, that'd be more like 1 in 100 million.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, whenever that guy travels, he takes a bomb with him because it gives him better odds that nobody else has got one.
That was a good bomb there, Henry.
Great job.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it bombed again.
Oh, man. So how are you doing?
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, in a way,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, they, you know, it's gotten real rough on TV. I mean, it's so much sex and things like that. In fact, there's so much. I heard of one guy that sent his TV set off to have the tubes tied.
I got that one. That was a good one.
Well, I know y'all have things to do. Mildred Atkins of the Shepherd's area was a very delightful country lady, a very gentle person, and she had a lot of faith.
Mm-hmm.
And I was humbled that the Lord had used me a couple of times with her, bringing glory to Him, and I want to share something with you, if I may.
All right.
Going back to Thursday, April 7th, 1999, around 5:15 in the morning, Mildred called me at Flo, told me she had fallen and couldn't get up. So we prayed, and she jumped up.
Okay.
The next day, April 8th, she had an appointment with her doctors in Richmond. And behold, they found that when they checked her, her diabetes was gone, her arthritis was gone, her high blood pressure was gone. All right, when her husband, she came on back home. When her husband, Robert, got home that evening, he turned the TV news on, and Mildred asked him, why have you got it so loud? He said, well, it's just like I always have it. And she said, praise the Lord. She said, now I can hear out of both ears. Because she said she'd been deaf in one ear for over 20 years.
Wow.
Now, isn't that something?
It is.
That is just flat out amazing.
You don't realize how much you miss something like that when you lose it. I've had serious congestion before, and my hearing has been affected by that, and it's like a blessing when it opens up finally.
What did you say?
I had well, never mind. It wasn't that important. I'm just kidding.
Can I share one more personal thing?
Yeah, one more, Henry. Go ahead.
Years ago, I broke my back and almost cut my spinal cord. And I had 2 back surgeries, and also there was a large staph infection under my spine. And I was told at the General Hospital that my pain would be almost unbearable.
Right.
I called David Patton of Dillman, a prayer warrior, and asked him to pray for me. An hour or so later, he showed up at General Hospital in Lynchburg. And the last thing he said as he left was, you've been given freedom. And he left.
Right.
So I said, Lord, I know you gave me freedom 2,000 years ago, but here I am now, just as I was several hours ago. And suddenly I saw a white cardboard went by my face, and printed on it was the words, freedom from pain. So praise the Lord, I never had a pain. I never had a fever, even though I had an abscess larger than my hand. under my spine. My temperature was never above 98, and it was never below 97. So I say a big salute to David for his prayers and faith, and praise to the Lord for doing it.
Yes, sir. Well, Henry, thank you for telling these stories, and I hope to hear from you on Thursday when I'm with Chris.
Okay, let me give you my phone number again.
Sure, you go right
in case
ahead.
anybody wants to talk about things, pray, or whatever. It is, of course, 434-414-0096. And I appreciate it and love to hear from anybody.
All right, Henry. Well, you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you all.
All right, take care.
Bless.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so that was Henry Fulcher.
Yes, it was.
And you have some dibs on whatever is going on with what the lady called earlier. Okay,
yes,
go
so if you were looking for that, I didn't see it on the Farmville Herald, but
Nope.
the Rotunda Online does have it. It's a student newspaper and has more information. And also, Longwood Student Newspaper also has that information as well.
Okay.
So you can go to the
So that's what
Rotunda.
Jared must have gotten.
Yeah. I told
Jared.
you, he looks around, John. I've seen him.
I
He
said that he
investigates.
keeps tabs on whatever's local on the internet.
You know,
and
he
stuff.
walks around the street with like a magnifying glass pointed towards the ground, like looking for footprints and stuff. Like he's just like he's a private eye, that guy. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna try to.
Oh, come on.
Okay, and also,
So
we have-
what was the story dealing with exactly?
I don't have that information. I do need I do want to say this. Adeline Motley has a birthday today, who is turning 8 years old. John, I believe you met Adeline before. No, she's not here. You don't have to look underneath the. No, but yeah, she is turning 8 today, which is a great age. I remember turning 8. That was a very
Are we doing the
exciting
birthdays?
time.
Is it bottom of
No,
the
no,
hour?
no, it's not. But just want to make sure
You're throwing me off kilter.
before she went into school today. I just want to let her know.
Gotcha.
You know.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So school's already started for her.
Yeah. That's, I believe so.
My apologies.
Yeah, I
No, I'm
know.
kidding.
Unfortunate.
Some kids are excited about that. sort of
Also,
thing.
the Fuqua school classes start today. So, you know, everybody here at WFLO hopes they have a great start to the school year. And, you know, everybody just...
Well, going back to the story thing,
Yes, yeah.
Can you tell us where to
I
go
could
to look at the story for anyone listening that's interested, or does it?
Absolutely. It is the Rotunda Online. That's the name of the place.
Okay.
But I could try to go ahead and pull
No,
that
that's
story
okay.
up.
If the lady was still listening that called earlier, you just say what the link is or whatever.
Yep, it's just called the Rotunda Online.
Okay.
So, yeah. And I do see there's a news article at the very top of their page. And it says Longwood officials face questions. Faculty concern over local funds policy change. So I don't know if this would be the article that was
That's
she was
what it
referring
sounded
to.
like she was talking
It did sound like it, yeah. It says, at the June 7th meeting of the Longwood University Board of Visitors, the board approved changes to the use and investment of local funds. Oh, no, that's not good. No, I'm kidding. It's neutral in my mind. It says the non-state allocated monies, which are often donated to the university, the new policy passed by the Board of Visitors represents a significant change in Longwood University's budget approach. As the local funds were previously at the discretion of academic departments and offices. As a result of the new policy, university office officials have greater control over the use of these funds, resulting in concern from faculty members, All right. It says, in an August 1st interview with the Rotunda, Longwood's Vice President of Administrations and Finance, Matt McGregor, with university spokesperson and deputy to the president, Matt McWilliams. I guess everybody has a Mick in their name in Longwood. McWilliams and McGregor.
McDonald's,
yes, explained that the policy change was driven by a need for greater harmony in how funds are used. The aim of the new policy is to align the use of these local funds more closely with the state allocated funds that Longwood University receives. So it sounds like, they're just trying to balance everything out. They have a harmonious relationship with, the money and where these, where it should go, and I think we need more of that, John.
So were you getting this off of the rotundaonline.com?
Correct. The rotundaonline.com is where you can. It's the student newspaper of Longwood.
Right.
It's spelled ROTUNDA online.com, COM. But it's the first article on the news page.
I see it. Yep.
It's going to be hard to miss that unless if you go to the other rotunda.
Does UVA have a rotunda? I think it does. I don't know. Somebody does.
Probably.
Because it took me a while to get the one that you were talking about. I typed in rotunda initially, and
the Rotunda Online is the full name of the website.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got it.
Don't forget, guys, you can call in. It is open mic day. When I hear open mic, I imagine like a bar, but really it just means that like, hey, our phone lines are open.
Stand up.
Or stand up,
Yeah.
like stand up at a bar.
Right.
How about that? And so you can call in at 434-394-0924 if you have questions or concerns for me or John Staten, he's standing right here in front of me today.
It would be concerning if someone wanted to give me their concerns.
Would it be concerning?
It would be concerning for me.
Why would that be concerning?
Because I'm not Dear Abby, but
Okay.
it's okay. Do you even know what
Dear Abby was a call-in show, right?
Close.
I'm thinking of a show where somebody would
It was
call.
a newspaper article that
Okay.
people would send in their letters,
Okay.
and then she would answer them.
This is
in
like
the-
a
in the
local
paper.
thing, or a...
I remember it being in the Richmond Times-Dispatch, but I think it was worldwide. I think it was the other papers in the
Nice.
states carried it.
Nice.
I think so. At least that's what I remember anyway.
That's good because, if it's just in
You
the
need
city-
Dear Abby. Maybe you ought to write to Dear Abby.
Yeah. You know what? It looks like you could use some deer meat, John.
I don't like deer meat.
Oh, you don't like deer meat?
Nah. It's kind of blah. Have you ever had deer meat
I've
yourself?
I've had a deer burger before.
Do you like deer meat?
It depends. It depends, really.
Speaking of which, I saw a deer this morning.
Did you hit it?
No, thankfully it was off to the field to the left, but it was a nice sized deer.
Yeah. John, I don't get people who like go hunt in the woods, for deer. Like, do you have friends who?
Well, those are the same people who wouldn't get you at all either.
But no. Do you have friends who go hunting? Like they dress up in orange so they don't like shoot each other, and they like go into the woods to hunt deer. Do you know people like that? I know a couple of people like that.
Yeah, my dad. Are you gonna make fun of him too?
No.
Oh, good.
No, not. It's not making fun.
Oh.
But stay tuned.
I thought we weren't supposed to like judge people. And
It's
stuff.
not judging, but I'm going somewhere with this.
Oh, okay,
I
go
don't get the need to want to shoot a deer or like hunt deer or like kill a deer.
What about
even.
fishing? Do you feel the same way
Well,
about that?
can I finish where I was going with this?
I'm just curious.
Well, I'll let you know after this.
Okay.
But I actually do hunt deer. That's the funny part.
You do?
I do hunt deer, but I don't hunt deer by like going in the woods and like dressing up in orange and
Then pray
with a
tell,
gun.
how do you do it?
I like to hunt deer late at night with my car.
Well, isn't that
Driving
you like to
like
hit-
65 miles an hour. That's how I hunt deer.
How many deer have you hit?
I've killed a lot of deer. Like I broke a record between like my actual like hunting buddies. Like I've killed more deer than them, and I wasn't even trying.
Those are the
That's
scuff
funny
marks I
part.
see on your car that you got right now.
Yes.
And it was recent, wasn't
No,
it? It wasn't
no,
recent.
No.
Oh, okay.
Come on, John.
But I did see some scuff marks
Okay.
on your car. I wasn't.
Oh yeah, well that was there when I got the car.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
pretty scuffed up when I got it, but yeah.
But I hadn't noticed it
Anyways,
before.
yeah.
So that's why I thought maybe you were leading to that.
That was like a bit I was kind of working on, but it did not. Anyways, it's open mic day, John. Don't you remember? It's open mic day. Time to. There you go.
Yeah, it is. And if you would like to take part, give us a call, 434-394-0924. Otherwise, you're going to be subjected to stuff like On This Day in History.
No, well, we don't have to be subjected to that.
1521, going
Yeah.
way back. Way back. Fall of the Aztec Empire. What do you know about the Aztecs?
I know they were a strange group who practiced a lot of weird ceremonial
They used to
things.
put on orange and hunt. Did you know this?
No, I did not. I did not know. Do you think that was funny, John, or were you more?
I wasn't sure where you were going with it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I want you to be surprised when I finally show you where I went with it.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. What if I was like? We should hunt the hunters? What if that's where I went with it? What would you have said to that?
I'd say we should go after people that break the law.
Okay.
Anyway,
there you go.
On this day, 1521, Spanish conquistador Hernan Cortez captured what is now Mexico City after a 93-day siege, thereby ending the Aztec Empire and winning Mexico for the crown of Spain. This is what happened on 15. Have you ever seen the Mel Gibson movie Apocalypto?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
That deals with Aztecs. It's an interesting film in the sense that no one speaks a word of English in it. It's all with the subtitles below. With all the acting is in the eyes. I saw this one here in Farmville when it came out. Interesting film, and it does touch on the ceremony type stuff you were referring to earlier when we brought this up. It's interesting. You ought to give it at least a shot. I can't say you would be able to. It would hold your interest. I don't know, but it's an interesting film. Really is.
Okay. Yeah.
And it does touch on this part here where they're talking about, Spain takes over eventually. There are hints of that in that film as well. All right, some more events on this day. This one a little bit more current, though it is a death-related story. 2012, American writer and magazine editor Helen Gurley Brown, whose upbeat, stylish publications beginning in the mid-20th century emphasized sexual and career independence and adventure for a large audience of young women. She died on this day, 2012, at the age of 90. Now, this one you may catch on to because I've done a impersonation of this woman before. 2004, American cooking expert Julia Childs, who brought the art of French cooking to a vast number of Americans through her books and especially her program on public television. She actually had her own show where she became known for her humor and hearty voice. Died at the age of 91 on this day back in 2004. I didn't realize she lived as long as 2004, but she had been around for years.
Yeah.
I don't remember her actual show, but so much. I do remember her making appearances on like morning shows, whether it was Good Morning America or whatever the case may be. Do you watch much public television?
It depends, but sometimes, yeah.
You a Bob Ross kind of guy?
Yeah, Bob Ross is great, John.
I'll sign me up for some Bob Ross.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. I'm painting a little happy tree right here.
Do you like Bob Ross?
We painted a little crooked tree. We can send him to Washington.
Yeah.
That's an actual line that
That's
he
funny.
said. He was a funny guy.
Yeah.
When he wanted, and then he'd beat the brush and all that good stuff. People like to listen to him and fall asleep, is what I've heard. Yeah.
It's amazing how he turns just like some marks on a canvas to like a beautiful detail.
Well, the other thing was, you think the picture is complete.
Yep.
The painting's complete. And then he'll just keep going with it. And it's like, don't ruin it.
Yeah.
And he'll, we're going to put a little building down here. And put a little snow on it. And you don't want to get any yellow on your snow.
Oh, boy.
He actually said that one time, too.
Oh, goodness.
Good guy. All right, 1995, New York Yankees baseball player Mickey Mantle died at the age of 63. You a ball player fan at all?
No, not at all, John.
Any sport? Do you like any sport
Yes, I do.
besides
Yeah,
chess
football.
or anything? Football. You
Yeah.
like football?
Yeah.
When you say football, do you mean soccer or the American version?
football.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your team is?
San Francisco 49ers. Yeah.
Yet you never lived out that way.
No. I just like
That's okay.
Joe. Steve Young was my favorite person growing up.
You and I would have got along great because
Yeah.
my Cowboys and your 49ers of that era used to play each other quite a
right.
bit in the championship games.
That's right. Yeah.
And we won 3 out of 4. But it's
funny.
It is funny. It's a good thing. That was, to me, that was when football was at its best.
When you were winning.
Yeah.
When your team was
No,
winning.
actually, because the better teams were playing
yes.
before the Super Bowl even.
Yep.
Because it was if you guys won, you blew out whoever you faced in the Super Bowl, and the same thing for us. It was a good time. No, I guess what I mean is, yeah, of course it was because we were winning, but no, I just think the game was better back then. But I'm sounding like the old codgers that were before my time. It was better when Ray Nitschke used to play or whatever. 1967. Have you ever seen Bonnie and Clyde, the movie?
Yes, I have not seen that movie.
Have not seen it. I didn't think so.
I do want to mention it is 8:32. And
we'll get to that in a minute. The crime drama Bonnie and Clyde, starring Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway. This is a classic film. Mm-hmm. You know who else is in it?
Who?
You really have never seen this before. Wow.
No. Paul Newman.
No, not Paul Newman.
Robert Redford. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Bush Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Or the Sting.
Or the Sting.
Have you ever seen the Sting?
Yes, I have seen the Sting.
Yeah. Have you seen Butch Cassidy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great film. One of my top favorites. Yeah. No, actually, I want to say Gene Wilder had a very bit role in this movie I'm referring to here, Bonnie and Clyde. He ends up in the back of the car and all this other stuff. And I want to say the brother, the guy that plays Warren Beatty's brother in it, that's Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman's in the film. It's a good film. All right, so Noah can barely contain himself, so we need to do some bottom of the hour stuff here. So we'll take care of that here right now. Here we go. You want to do? You're the one that's sponsored, so I'll knock out the weather real quick here.
Sure.
So we
yeah.
can get to
I'm just hanging out, John.
That's what I was doing. I was, but we're not going to do that anymore. All right, now here we go. What is today? Today is Tuesday, right? Some chances of rain today. The one I'm looking at is not that specific. Look for a low tonight of 62, our high today 83. Then Wednesday, partly sunny. Wednesday night, low 60, and a high on Wednesday of 84. Thursday, same thing, partly sunny with a low of 65 and a high of 86. Right now, let's take a look at what the phone says. I trust my phone. Partly cloudy skies, 68 outside.
That's very nice.
68,
very nice.
yeah. Looks good out there.
I can't wait till it's like 47, And you go outside with the coat and your face is instantly
wearing
cold.
Double layer. Yeah, and the cold goes right through your clothes.
Yeah, that's great. I love that.
I'm glad you can have it, my friend. And speaking of that, here we go. This is your time to shine. Ready? The birthday calendar brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors, located at 1907 East 3rd Street, Farmville.
Creative Electrical Contractors specializes in commercial and industrial projects and offers quality work at competitive prices. CEC is a licensed Class A contractor in Virginia and North Carolina. Creative Electrical Contractors has been in business for 25 years, still committed to the values that were established when the company opened in 1998. Integrity, quality workmanship, and timely delivery. CEC, located at 1907 East 3rd Street, Farmville. You can contact CEC at 434-392-3802 or at creative-electrical.com.
Okay, I know what kind of music here that Noah likes, so we're going to play that now for you. This is Johnny May doing a jazzy rendition of the birthday song. And with those birthdays for today, I present to you Noah Massah.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it. How's it going?
I don't know how many birthdays you got. Do you have a lot?
No, we have a decent amount, so going to get into them right now.
All right.
Starting off with Jimmy Falwell. We also have Paige Smith, MJ Neathery.
Or Neathery, yeah.
Andrew and Tabitha Crater. Very interesting. Adeline Motley, of course, of Farmville, is turning 8 today. We already covered that one. Mm-hmm. And I think that's it for the 13th, John. So
now we're up to what, 3 list that you have in front of you?
I have
It
two.
should be 3.
Should be 2.
Or at least 2.
Yeah, 2.
Because I printed off. I had to print off another one yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh goodness. Well,
take a look here.
Is it hiding? That's okay. All right.
Okay,
so
we're good.
no, we're good. John was.
Just want to make sure.
John, you're hiding things, and you're like.
Not me.
Yeah.
I leave my stuff up front.
Oh man, well that's the birthdays, and if you have some birthdays and you want to let us know about the birthdays that you have or you're aware of, you can call in at 434-394-0924 or email us at birthdays@wflo.net, and we can go ahead and read them from there as well. And if you're really wanting to do some birthday stuff, you can send those in the mail at 217 West 3rd Street in Suite 2 in Farmville, 23901. But back to you, John.
The birthday calendar brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors. If it is not right, we'll make it right. Call 434-392-2802. And I believe we have another caller. Good morning. You're on the air. Hello.
Good morning. Mr. Lee here.
Hey, Mr. Lee. How's it going?
Well, just fine. I was going to tell you and Chris that 3 weeks ago, you know, when Carmel was running for president,
Yes.
there were lots of stories on the news about President Johnson, who in '68 said he wasn't running again for president, you know, of the United States.
Right.
He was ill, but anyways. I happened to see during that segment 3 or 4 different networks, including PBS, there was a picture of Johnson making that statement in the White House. And there's a cameraman there, the only other person in the room with him, that's shooting him for, you know, Pool News. And the cameraman was me.
Oh, my goodness.
And I had a friend send me a YouTube shot, which I didn't even know was on YouTube. But anyways. Shows you how much YouTube I look at. Anyways, he said, "Oh, it's on YouTube." So sure enough, it's also on YouTube. So I guess that was my 10-second, you know, moment of fame.
Right.
But I was there with him, and I was on the camera doing the pool feed for all 3 networks. So when he made that comment at 10 o'clock that night, they wasn't running again, and he was ill. He wasn't feeling well, but he didn't say that, but he was sick.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's incredible.
Yeah, the other side of that is that when you're there, even inside the White House, when the president talks, nobody moves. You know, you tell the mouse and the dog and the cat, nobody's moving, nobody's doing anything, because you get shot. So during that time, he had a 4-star general, can't remember his name right now, that was his aide. And during the time he was giving his spiel, this 4-star general was walking back and forth inside the room and back outside the room. And I couldn't understand, you know, would we have another Pearl Harbor? And we go to Korea? What happened? What's going on? Of course, I'm the only one in the room wondering. So he did his spiel and said it wasn't running and closed. And, of course, Johnson immediately leaves, because it was in his office. He immediately leaves the office. So the aide comes in. And I forgot his name, but Howard comes to mind. What's going on? Why were you going back and forth, just out of curiosity? He said, well, Mr. Lee, you know, he said, one of his supporters called into the White House and said that CBS was making him look bad and had done a bad job on the makeup. That's why he didn't look well. He looked white. So he asked me who the guy that did the makeup. I said, well, Mike Honeycutt. He usually does it. William Brown was always the full-time makeup person at CBS, and she was out. Anyways, but he says the president wants to talk to him. What? Did I joke? He said, no, I'm not joking. So he says, where is this guy, Mike Honeycutt? I said, he's out in we got a 40-foot mobile tractor trailer out in the drive on the east wing. And I said, he's probably out there sitting behind the console drinking a cup of coffee because he's off. So these 2 guys, it's a long walk. They go from the west wing to the east wing, outside, into the truck. The tractor trailer is up 3 feet in the air, you know, sort of center. And sure enough, Mike Honeycutt's sitting there in the chair. And I said, Mike, I need you to come down. And he said, what the hell for? I said, because these two gentlemen standing behind me said, you're coming with them to talk to the president. Well, he thought I was kidding, but as soon as he looked around the corner of the door and saw the two Secret Service agents there who he knew, he comes down and we walk back and we go back into the president's office and we sit down and we wait. And I'm thinking, what in the world is going? What happened? Did something fail? Did the video stop? Did the colors mess up? You know, did he say something bad? I have no idea. Did I do anything? I just sat there for 10 minutes doing nothing. Anyways, Johnson finally comes in, stands behind his desk, pulls his glasses down, and he says to Mike Honeycutt, he asked me who was in charge, and I said, well, I'm the technical director. And did he do the makeup? And Mike Honeycutt said, yes, I was the one who did the makeup. He said, so President Johnson says to him, were you trying to gut, and I can't say the last word, me boy? And I'm sitting there going, and that was it. He left. Johnson left, walked out of the room.
Oh, my God.
I said, I don't understand this southern phrase, because I'm from New Hampshire. I don't understand this southern phrase. I didn't know, so immediately I went and called Bill Small, who was the news director of CBS in Washington. That's where we knew each other. I worked for him. And I told him what the president just said. And I said, is that something good or is that something bad? He said, no, that's really bad.
Wow.
He's a southerner from Texas, and, you thought you screwed him up. And made that man made him look bad. And that was the end of that story. So,
wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a story that's been told even to Barbara Wawa, so she wouldn't even know that story.
Barbara Wawa. I like that.
Yeah. Anyways, I won't hold you up anymore. I just want to say hello.
Well, thank
you so much.
Well, hello to you, and thank you for sharing with us. Call back anytime,
Excellent
okay?
story, by the way.
I will. Say hi to Chris. Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye. Mr. Lee.
Wow.
Interesting fella. He calls... Do you know who he's referring to when
Johnson.
He says Barbara Wawa?
Who?
Barbara Walters.
Oh. That's
because
funny.
of the way she talked.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's funny.
He told a story about her one time as to how she became known. If I recall, I don't remember who the president was or whoever, but it was someone that looked at her and said, "Yeah, bring her on in," and to the press corps or whatever, and so he must have liked her for whatever reason, and maybe she was easy on the eyes. I don't know, and. Needless to say, that's how, according to him, the story was that's how she got popular, was because that particular president, whoever it may have been at the time, wanted her always in the press, corps and asking questions, and that's how supposedly it helped her gain some fame, and of course she went on to be a correspondent.
Absolutely.
With ABC, I believe, is who she worked for initially. All right, 1926. Do a few more, and this is it. Cuban politician leader Fidel Castro, you know who that one is, obviously, who transformed his country into the first communist state in the Western Hemisphere, was born on this day back in 1926.
I'm not going to say that was a great achievement, but it was an achievement, meaning he did do something.
So did Hitler.
Yes.
All right. Famed racehorse Man O' War suffered the only defeat of his career on this day back in 1919. I was never big into the horse racing thing, but I know other people are. My grandmother used to really be into it because there's a picture still hanging in the house of these 3 winning horses from way, way back. So people, really followed that, and still do to this day, follow horse racing. And I'll mention this one, and then we'll cut it quits on this. 1860, American markswoman Annie Oakley, who starred in Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, where she was often called Little Sure Shot, was born on this day in 1860. So there you go. So we've done enough on this day in history. You did local celebrity birthdays.
I did, yeah.
We'll do some Hollyweird celebrity birthdays.
Hollywood?
Weird.
Oh.
Weird. Ward. Hollywood. Word.
Okay.
Wood. There we go. Actress Dawn Lewis turned 62. I'm not sure who Dawn Lewis is, but your fun fact is appeared in several episodes of Grey's Anatomy last year, so very recently. Actor, this guy does look familiar to me. John Slattery turned 61. I know him from, I'd seen him on a show years ago that I used to watch called The Young Riders. He made an appearance as a villain or whatever. But most people know him from Mad Men.
Yes.
He would have been the second in charge. He'd have been just above Don Draper.
Yep. I know.
He had the pleasure of being with Christina Hendricks in that show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So, saluting to John Slattery. Is it Slattery? Is that how you would say it?
Yes.
Slattery?
Yeah.
Right. 61. So, his fun fact, his middle name is Milton. Same middle name as my nephew.
Interesting. Milton. You don't hear that one
Milton, no.
too often.
Or, yeah. Milton. All right. Milt. All right. Actor Sebastian Stan turns 41. He's the one that looks kind of like, what's his name? Mark Hamill. Kind of, sort of. Matter of fact, they may have toyed with.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, well, he played the guy on the left.
Yep.
Yeah, he was Bucky in the Captain America movies with Chris, whatever his name was, and Chris Evans, is that his name? Something like that. But he's done other stuff. Fun fact: he portrayed the Mad Hatter in an episode of Once Upon a Time. Interesting. I did not know that.
Okay, Johnny.
He's 41.
Carson.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm not going to even try this gentleman's name.
Oh, goodness.
So we're going to pass that one. Do you know actor-singer Lennon Stella?
Sounds familiar.
She turns 24. Fun fact, appeared on Nashville as the half-sister of her real-life sister, Maisie. I could tell she was obviously a musician of some kind because there's a picture of her in front of a mic with a guitar strapped around on her. So, the name throws me. I don't. Lennon Stella. Interesting. It's almost like her name is backwards.
Yeah, it should be like Stella Lennon
or something. Yeah, because Lennon sounds like a last name,
like John Lennon.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly who I was thinking of. Okay, I know who this guy is. Kevin Tighe. He was on the TV show Emergency. This was a show that was on back in the 70s. And do you know the show Dragnet?
Yes, yeah.
All right, the guy that did those shows was the guy that appeared on Dragnet, the guy that played Joe Friday. He would do shows, he would produce or create shows like that, Adam 12, which was two guys in a cop car going around, helping people, whatever. And Emergency was more of it wasn't cop related. It was more about emergency rescue, meaning like firefighter type guys and stuff like that. But a lot of times they were, going to where there were accidents and helping people that were in car accidents and stuff like that. And then they would always call into the hospital. And so I was a little kid seeing these reruns, and I knew some of the phrases they were saying, but I didn't know what it meant. So they'd go, whatever their call number was or whatever, they go Rampart, and calling into the hospital. I'm sitting there going around going Rampart. I have no idea what I was talking about. But anyway, he is now 79. He was also on Murder 1. What they didn't list was he is in the original film that Patrick Swayze did that a lot of people seem to love, that one called, what is it? I don't remember now. With Sam Elliott, and they do all the fighting. They just remade it like earlier this year for a film. Roadhouse. Kevin Tighe is in Roadhouse, and I'll tell you who he plays in that. He plays the owner of the bar that he hires Patrick Swayze's character to come out there and try to clean it up. That's Kevin Tighe, who was also on Emergency and stuff like that.
Okay.
Anybody else here that I can? Danny Bonaducci, Partridge Family, 64. I mean, there you go. I mean, daggone it. Who else? Nobody that I really can say, oh, I know who that is. Debbie Mazar is 59. Do you know who that is? The name is familiar to me, but She appeared on something at some point, I'm sure. They don't have a picture of her, unfortunately. Yeah, the lesser knowns get thrown down to the bottom for some reason.
Yeah, and sometimes I think they're the more known, you know.
Yeah, I knew who Kevin Ty is.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who else we have. Good morning. You're on the Call Flow Radio Show.
Well, good morning, guys. You were talking about one of my favorite shows from way back when, Dragnet.
Oh, you like Dragnet, huh?
Yeah, that was Jack Webb, wasn't it?
Jack Webb, thank you. That's the name, yep.
Yep. I was addicted to that, among other things. But my main reason for calling was to say that people that want to access the rotunda and don't have a computer to pull it up on, generally the print copies of the Rotunda magazine are available in the breezeway out in front of Greenwood Library at Longwood.
Okay, well, thank you for letting us know that. And where can they get it again?
It's the breezeway that you walk into. If you turn right, you go into the atrium of the library.
Okay.
There's sliding glass doors there, and you can walk through that breezeway to get up onto Rock Commons and go to other buildings on campus, like the new arena and that kind of thing. And there's like a newspaper stand there, and those rotundas are usually there. Now, I have not been out to check to see if that particular edition is out there yet or not.
Right.
But just for future reference, if people don't have access to a computer and want to see what's going on, they can just come up. But there's 2-hour Vista parking.
Okay.
Right out there at that walk where you would walk up to that breezeway.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting us know that.
Thanks, Betty.
Okay. I have another question for you.
Okay.
Were either one of you two at the station Saturday afternoon, middle of the afternoon?
I wasn't, to my knowledge. I was here Sunday. How about you, Noah?
I figured you were.
Were you here Saturday
I was
at all?
not. I was in Charlottesville.
That doesn't mean somebody wasn't in here. Why did you see somebody in here?
No, but I had parked for just a short period of time attending something in the area there and was coming out of the parking lot, and two vehicles came in. One was a red truck and one was a white SUV. And, of course, there wasn't really room for three vehicles, and so I had to go on out. But I did wonder if either one of those could have been one of you, because, it's been ages since I've seen you, John, and no, I never have met you.
Yeah. Not easy on the eyes, Betty, so...
Neither one of us. We have faces for radio.
Is the main thing.
No, but it wasn't us this time. Like I said, we were both out here Sunday, but not Saturday.
I said, when that church program didn't come on the air, I said, somebody's getting in a car headed that way.
That was both of us. I just had a little further to go.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, well, y'all have a good day.
You too, Betty. And thank you for letting us know about
all the students.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Longwood's going to be coming in. I think the new students move in on the 22nd.
So we need to be on the lookout for that. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
You have a good rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Well, so Betty informed us on how you can get a actual copy of that information from
the physical rotunda.
The physical, the one you can hold in your hands.
Paper copy.
Rotunda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. What were you looking at back here?
Oh, no.
Everything copacetic?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So with the few minutes we have remaining, was there anything you'd like to share before I get into something else?
John, you're so generous for saying that, opening up the floor for me to come and speak my mind and I appreciate
Mi
that.
casa, su casa.
That means a lot. That means a lot to me. Well,
He's tearing up. I thought he was going to grab for a hanky there for a
I
second. Oh.
was looking for one. I got no hanky in there. John, I was. We were talking about flossing the other day.
We were? I mean, we were, yes.
We were, and
Yeah.
and you told me that you had a negotiation with your dentist where it was like, hey, look, I can't do this one thing, but I can floss. Do you remember this?
Oh, they wanted me to use a water pick or something.
Yeah, water pick.
So
And you negotiated.
I
You
met him
brought it
halfway
down.
and got
Yeah.
one of those vibrating toothbrushes.
Exactly. So you were like, hey, look, I I was thinking about this and I was laughing to myself because I thought it was like a funny thing to kind of negotiate with your dentist, being like, look, I'm not going to do the water pick. How about I do electric toothbrush and I'll throw in flossing?
I don't think
You know?
I actually discussed this with him. I just went ahead and that's what I did.
You did it, yeah. Okay.
Interesting that you remembered that.
It's funnier in my mind.
All right, we're going to talk to our last caller here. Good morning. You're on the air.
Oh, good morning. I'm going to make it quick.
Okay.
Good morning, gentlemen, man.
Men that are dental.
Okay.
So it's
There you go.
what would you call it? Reverse engineering.
Yep.
Here's a corny question.
All right.
You guys were just talking about brushing your teeth and stuff like that. How do you break it to a person nicely that they do need to brush their teeth? It looks like it's been, you know what I mean? It looks like some people, it looks like it's been years.
In my pocket, there's a
Literally.
whole thing of Tic Tacs. Take the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now, I don't.
Oh my gosh! There's got to be.
I don't know if I've ever done that. Have you ever done that? Noah?
I kind of implied that somebody needed to brush their teeth, and it was a good friend of mine, and I was just like, looked at him, I was like, dude, your breath smells like all of your teeth have just murdered themselves, and it's just there's nothing redeeming about the way that your breath smells, and you need to fix that because it's bumming everybody out.
So fresh breath is a must for you.
No, but like when
It
it's
is for me.
when it's that bad, it's bad. But I think it's a comfortability with the person that you need to mention. Now, if it's like your wife or your girlfriend, I can't help you. I have no advice for you because
that's when you just kind of slip her a piece of gum that has a nice flavor to it, and that way you just like you come across as being just nice. Here, have some gum.
Yeah,
you don't say why you're giving them the gum.
It's just very sly.
Right.
I'm lucky in the sense that my girlfriend is a dental hygienist, so I mean, she is polishing her teeth every night.
But does she polish yours?
No, no. I feel like I'm slacking, and I floss every day now. So
I bet you do.
That's funny.
Do you have somebody in your life, caller, that you need to kind of mention that information to?
I can't call them out, but it is a few people. Yeah, some of them are out of state. And I don't know if you.
Man.
Yeah, I mean it's so bad. It looks like you just need a credit card to scrape it off.
Oh goodness.
But anyway, Noah, you work late hours, don't you? Sometimes you open the show and then at 6 o'clock you're shutting it down?
Sometimes, yeah. I'm sometimes here till 6. Sometimes John is here till 6. Sometimes...
Yeah, I pull the same weight.
Well, yeah.
I just don't make a big show out of it.
Oh, John, come on. Come on, John.
With you, man.
Let me make a big show out of it. Look, I love making big shows out of things.
That's okay.
Like, if I can make something, like a big show, I'm going to make it a big show.
I have to go home and brush my teeth. I can't stay all night.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to go home and wash your teeth.
That's right.
Yeah.
You wash them?
I've actually heard it referred to that in a Western one time.
When I hear wash your teeth, I just imagine somebody just drinking water and just like squishing it around. I was like, yeah, I wash my teeth. Like, it's not doing anything. It's doing
That's better than doing nothing at all.
I think it's about the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, caller, I guess we got to wrap it up. So thanks for calling in, and have a good rest of your day.
Good luck with letting people know about the brush situation.
All right, he said the heck with that.
He heard me talking, and he was like, I gotta go.
Oh, there goes Noah again. Let me just hang up. All right.
That's funny.
All right, Noah, you have a great rest of your day, and you too, listeners.